Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux, vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux, wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux, Sonia Touko. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux.
Hi, good day to the beautiful people of the Cameroons, the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon, and the beautiful people of British Cameroons. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, today I've come to talk about political opinion, self-determination in connection to the constitution of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I always come and talk about the government of La République du Cameroon, because we believe there is a non-functional opposition in the Cameroons. The job of an opposition is to scrutinize and to hold the government to account, taking into consideration the government policies. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about political opinion, self-determination in connection to the constitution of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes when I say certain things, people think I'm being offensive or I'm being mean to the government. Ladies and gentlemen, a government does not own a country. A government works for the people. A government is not a business. A government should be running the country for the interest of the people and to protect the people. A government should be enforcing law. A government should maintain law and order. A government should use the resources of the country to provide for the citizen both socially and economically. But the CPDM chop people their money. They are not doing that. And the opposition, for the last, more than 30-something years, they don't do anything. They don't challenge government policies. Ladies and gentlemen, as far back as in the 1990s, the government cracked down on pro-democracy activists when they wanted to create a political party. Despite the fact that the constitution of the Cameroons, Article 3 at the time, made it clear that political parties and groups may take part in elections. Unfortunately, this monstrous government, criminal syndicate, I call them criminal because they don't follow their own laws. If the laws of the Cameroon says you can create a political party, then you have to go around arresting citizens, harassing them. It's criminality. It's a fact. People like Barrister Yondo Black, they were convicted. He was given 3 years imprisonment. Anise Ekane was given 3 years imprisonment. Jean-Michel Takem was given 5-year imprisonment in the early 1990s. Why? Because they were exercising their constitutional right. And nobody says anything. La République du Cameroon is the only country on earth that when you are exercising your constitutional right, you're being harassed, you're being tortured for no reason. We have in the Cameroon politics of personification. People don't obey the law, they obey individuals. High instruction from Pobia, Ayolo, Ngongo, Atanganji. People who are threatening people who don't even know their own laws. In a country where a colonial and unelected governor will come and say, commit crime to fight crime, let's terrorize the terrorists, he should be arrested and stand trial for inciting violence. A colonial Geo will say, let's use witchcraft to fight Amber. The penal code says witchcraft is a criminal offense. So the colonial Geo is committing an offense. How can you live in a country where those who are supposed to enforce the law, they don't know how to enforce the law? They don't know how to govern a country. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Cameroons, in its Article 65 of the Constitution, it talks about political opinion. Political opinion is a belief attitude held by individuals within a society regarding governance and human affairs. But when people want to exercise their political opinion, they are being arrested, they are being harassed, they are being tortured by a government. A government who is supposed to protect the citizens. That's why I say they are a criminal syndicate. If the law asks you to protect citizens, you torture them, you are a criminal. Torture is a criminal offense. It is clear in its Article 65 in the Constitution of the Cameroons that everyone have the right to freedom of opinion and expression. It is in their constitution. Everyone have a right for freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. It is in their constitution. Everyone have a right for peaceful assembly and association. It is in their constitution. But when people go about this, they torture them. You don't have a right to have meeting. You don't have a right to associate with other political parties. For God's sake, do these people, do they read or do they know their own laws? That's why British Cameroon National Party was born, because we're a party of law and order. We respect the laws. We believe that politics is alternative to war. Ladies and gentlemen, I should make it clear, political opinion is an individual opinion. It's not a collective opinion. So if you have your own political opinion, don't call other people that they are blacklegs. Don't call other people that they are enabler. Don't call other people that they betray you, because you don't have the same political opinion with them. If you want to have the same political opinion with other people, create a political party where you come together. A political party is a group of people who have the same or similar ideology. You cannot just be backing to the moon. And while we are criticizing the dictatorial regime of Mr. Biya, then some of you too, you'll be forcing people, you must join me, you are a traitor, you are this. Ladies and gentlemen, British Cameroon National Party is the only party that wants to bring civilized democracy in the Cameroons. Because these are things that we don't know. People make it as it goes. Before, people started harassing people, torturing people, committing war crime. When I started talking about it, they did not know. Now they are talking about war crime. Before you go into war, you must have known that there's something called war crime. You don't go and commit the crime. When we start talking about it, then later on you come, oh, people are coming. All those things are there. The videos are there. What people have been doing. We in British Cameroon National Party, we believe we can use the laws of La République du Cameroun and bring that change that we need. Because most people don't read. If you read the laws of the Cameroons, you can use political means, like the Dr. Enderis, the Mbiles, all those people in those days, they use politics to join La République du Cameroun. You can still use politics again and come out of it. Why? Because you can create a political party. You can stand for election and win the seats in parliament. Then you have the mandate. La Republic will not be forcing you again with their CPDM chop people, the money senator and parliamentarians. The right of self-determination is there in the Constitution of the Cameroons, Article 65. It says, the preamble of the Constitution is part and parcel of the Constitution. And if you go to Article 65, the preamble, you have the United Nations Charter, which the government is a signatory, the government of La Republic of that charter. That charter is part of our Constitution. The United Nations Charter, the principle of self-determination, is enshrined in Article 1 sub 2. It's there. That is the Constitution of La Republique du Cameroon. Self-determination is there. Right inside their Constitution. The African Charter on Human and People's Rights is still part of the Constitution. They call it the Banjul Charter. It says, which is part and parcel of the Constitution, it guarantees the right of self-determination. It is in your Constitution. It is there, quite clearly spelled out inside the Constitution. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights makes it clear that we have the right of self-determination. Is part of the Constitution of La Republique du Cameroon. It says we are free to determine our political status. That is what it says. So, ladies and gentlemen, British Cameroon National Party, a party of law and order, comes and tells you, ladies and gentlemen, if you can use politics and bring changes, why waste your time killing each other? Why waste your time to kill each other? Instead of focusing to get the mandate of the people of British Cameroon, Northwest and Southwest Administrative Unit, get the mandate. Presidential election is useless. We can fight for those seats. We can stay and sleep in those offices so that they will not steal our ballot. We can do that. But the presidential election, everything is done in a 2D. We can't enter there except in another circumstances. So why can't we? South Africans, they came behind us. Behind us. Cape Town. They want Cape Zip. They say the government of South Africa is discriminating against them, is segregating against them. What did they do? They formed a political party called Cape Zip. And they are using South African constitution, which have the same article like Article 65 of the Cameroons. Chapter 4, section, is it 235 of South African constitution? It said they recognize and guarantee the right of self-determination of any community sharing common culture, language, heritage within the territory and entity of South Africa. So you have Cape Zip, a registered political party fighting for self-determination. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it's because we don't read. Because if we read, we don't need to pick up any arms. Because the arms that you pick, it's good. I'm sure La Republique du Cameroon likes it. Because you people are killing yourself. And when you wait for a party that have been in power since 1960, controlling the country, you think they will come and negotiate with you. They will never. You don't need to wait for negotiation. You use politics. Taking a seat doesn't matter whether you're federalist, you're decentralist, you believe in decentralization or what. Taking parliamentary seat doesn't matter. Regardless, your political opinion is to take that seat in Northwest and Southwest region. That's the best negotiation because you are not begging the government of Mr. Biya. You will take those parliamentary seats. We can defend it more than presidential election. If you get those seats, you have the mandate. It doesn't matter. Forget whether you believe in federalism, devolution, or you want an independent British Cameroon, it doesn't matter. Taking parliamentary seat means the people have given you the mandate. And when you have that mandate, the government of La République du Cameroon will be forced to talk to you. That's how they do it. I don't know, we in Africa, we always go, we like the hard way. That's what happened in the Republic of Ireland. That's what happened in Northern Ireland. That's what happened in Scotland. That's what happened with the Flemish in Belgium. That's what happened in Catalan. That's what happened in Quebec. Most of you, if you know the truth, Scottish people are more free and more democratically civilized than us. All this country I'm calling. Northern Ireland too. It's Northern Ireland. They have been fighting war for how many decades? They are still in the United Kingdom. But the good thing is that they, the party that believe in independence, have got the majority seat now in Northern Ireland Parliament. That's what it's good for. So if you are not in power, you say, oh, I don't want special status. Who is going to give it to you? CPDM, they will take the special status. Oh, I don't want regional assembly. CPDM will take it. The trick is, all these political parties that want to exercise their right of self-determination, they create party, they stand for election. That's what they do. In the Western world, it's in Africa that we cannot manufacture gun in Africa. We want to fight war. The people who are manufacturing war in guns in the Western world, they don't fight war. They give it to us to kill ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, before you fight war, you should ask yourself, have you got that power, that mechanism to go to Yaoundé? Because you can fight the whole site in the Cameroons. If you cannot go to Yaoundé today, then you're wasting your time. When Charles Taylor was fighting Samuel Doe, they were there in the capital. They could not go to the presidential mansion where Samuel Doe was until they have to call him and say, come and sign peace treaty agreement. He came out from the presidential mansion. That's where they attack him and they kill Samuel Doe. So if you are not even able to cross Nkombu to enter Bafoussam, all these things we are wasting our time. Because I know some of us, we live in the Western world. We can be talking and making our people to have those hardships for a long time. If we keep on going like that, we are abroad. It could go on for 50 years, but our people are suffering in the Cameroons. When you want to fight for some people, fight for the people. If you're fighting for yourself, it's different. If you really believe you can win that war and you are abroad, go back to the Cameroons and fight. Because for more than 35 years, we have been trying to make sure that we put in place a political party that will take most of the seats in Northwest and Southwest. But what happens? Every time we want to do it, okay, in the 1990s, SDF came in. They were harassing everybody, beating people Northwest, killing people, Alajitita Fomukon, that everybody must be SDF. SDF wasted 30 years. And as Patch, the Achu said, or whatever, they gave them, the leaders of SDF, they gave them money. People died for nothing. Now we started fighting again because of our university students who were beating teachers or whatsoever. We started fighting. It has come again. Some people have taken it again now. You're wasting time again. 8 years has passed. 10 years will pass. 30 years will waste our time. But if you want to fix the people's life, it's about small, catchy monkey, as I say. If today we're in the position where Scotland is, Flemish, Catalonia, we'll be happy. Happy means it doesn't stop our right of self-determination. We are not in power. Governments don't implement the policies of opposition political party. So you have to make sure you take those seats. Imagine if we have majority of the seats in British Cameroon, Northwest and Southwest. We say we are not going to Yaoundé. That is what Sinn Féin, the political party in Northern Ireland, that's what they have been doing. When they win seats, they don't come to London. They remain in Northern Ireland. That's how you do it. So ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I know we just like to project ourselves. I've been in only one fight, equal status, ever since I was born in the Cameroons. I've never joined any political party because I don't believe in those political parties. I believe sometimes people always come, they take time to understand what I'm saying. They take years. It seems as if I'm ahead of my time. What most people are doing today, all these SCNC things. We used to do it when I was a teenager. More than 35 years ago, people are doing the same thing. Keep on repeating the same thing while expecting different results. But if people start, it must not be me. I know people always wonder, it must be me. La République du Cameroon will never call you and negotiate independence. It will never happen. I said that long ago. But you have a right of self-determination. The right of self-determination, you don't negotiate with it. Follow the laws in the country. Can you create a political party? Yes. Not one. 1, 2, 3, 4. All those 4 political parties can stand separately and they say, we want our right of self-determination. What do? If we know this other party is going to win in this area, tactical voting, we will not put our candidate there, and we get most of the seat. That is how you fight for the right of self-determination. By then, we will not be waiting that La République come and negotiate with me. The people have given us the mandate. We should be talking to the people. La République du Cameroon knows what I'm fighting for, what I'm talking for. He knows it's the only correct way. They will not be able to use their army on you, their gendarme, to hit you if you do real politics. Boya University was not given by somebody who won a presidential election. We fought for it. Multipartism, we forced the government. GCE board, we forced them. Fake special state will force them. Fake regional assembly will force them. So there is a way to do things. And most recently, I was in the Cameroons in 2022. I was there protesting about the deaths in our street. Nobody joined me. I was doing it on my own. But I'm happy that people have picked up what I started in 2022. One-man protest now. You see today, CRTV is showing they're buying the Hollywood camion to clean the street. Because if you protest, the secret to bring change is peaceful protest. I will tell you, yes, some people say, oh, we have been fighting this war. Yes, you have been fighting the war. What have happened? I will tell you protests, what protests are. I've already named them. Boya University was true protest. Multiparty was true protest. GCE board was true protest. Fake special state to true protest. Regional assembly true protest. If you want something, protest peacefully so nobody will die. Do unto others what you expect them to do unto you. Yes, let's not sit in our comfort zone. And when people die, we say, yes, the war is going. But where are you? In the United Kingdom where I live, when there was war in Syria, people who were born here, they go to Syria, go and fight. We were born in the United Kingdom. Iraq, they leave and go. Gaza, they leave UK and go. The people who were born here. So if you believe in war, go and fight the war. Don't send people. Go and fight. I believe, as a leader, whatever I'm doing, I lead. That's leadership. If I believe in war, I would have been in a war front fighting. But I believe politics is alternative to war. If everybody, the energy, the money that they have collected, they start preparing that we should stand for elections and win the seats, that will be the end. That will be self-determination. It doesn't matter. This argument we sit, we say, oh, this one is independentist. This one is federalism. This one is decentralization. In a democracy, everybody is free to say this and this and this. Just find your own corner and create a political party with people who have the same or similar ideology and win the seat. It's strange that in the Cameroons, most people who come and talk, they are not even members of parliament. Our members of parliament and senators are non-functional. They don't work for the interests of the people. So we should fill that gap, that void, that vacuum. That's what we should be trying to do. It's the people, it's the parliamentarian who should be talking for us. But in the constitution of La République, they say they are parliamentarians national for the country, not for constituency. So we don't have representative technically, if you see the constitution of La République du Cameroon. So once more, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lissinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a great day.
Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger?